What's up, traders? This is Marco. We have the 27th of January. It's Friday. That means we have another bar by bar. And I'm coming to the PC as always around 7 in the morning. And what you can see here on the chart directly is we have some range movement. So prices were like ranging during the night. We made like this here overnight lows and the overnight highs. And prices pretty much stay within those levels. Going here, testing a bit the lows. So maybe the range is like this. And yeah, we can progress from here. So this is what I'm always doing when I'm coming to the PC. I'm checking what happened during the night and the early morning hours. And yeah, I see here there's a range movement. So there's no clear bias. And yeah, in general, I'm willing to take longs or shorts, depending how they set up. But right now, we only look for longs right of the range support, and we look for shorts right of the range resistance. So prices are moving in the middle of the range, and whenever they do this, I just wait and yeah, skip. Now we're approaching the support here of the range, but there's no setup bar. Also, we have a shorter term channel working lower, break new low. And is this a second entry? Prices made a new high here. First entry, second entry long was here. So this would be a third entry. It's a triple touch of this support here. But as I said, usually I like to see like a higher low, for example, and prices made a tiny new low here, and the finish of the bar is not perfect. So I'm skipping this, even though I see this strong range support here. And prices go higher from here. Unfortunately, this was not bouncing lower here. So also we cannot take this. Let me zoom in a bit. And this is the opening. You can always see the opening time when my chart is changing color to the white background, and prices go higher here, trying to approach the range resistance again and forming this shorter term uptrend channel. We'll color this for you in green like this. We have a first break of this channel and a first entry as well. This is very tempting because you can see this channel working higher here with the first break. So prices could retest the highs of this shorter term channel here. But with this strong bullish bearish action here, pulling back to the EMA, I would like to see a second entry of the EMA, something like this. Going along here is too early for me, so I'll skip this for now. Going higher, it would have worked, but that doesn't matter. And we're forming some small support here, you can see that. And prices bounce off this support level again. I know that this is not a second entry now because prices made a new high here, but a visual second entry long. Prices made a new high here, so first entry, second entry, but this looks congestive now, and this finish here is not good enough for me, so I have to skip this. Also, it's very close to the range resistance here, but yeah, with this like 3 or more bars stacked up, and this is not a perfect finish, I have to skip this, even though I recognize this strong support here and also prices bouncing off the EMA for the like first, second, third time now. But yeah, skipping this, testing the range resistance and bouncing back. So this is another range inside the range. You see this coming more often, a few times. Whenever this happens, yeah, that shows that there is no clear bias, and you have to skip and wait for better setups. So prices made a new high here of the channel. You can see price working higher, break, couple legs to a new high. But right now there's no trade because this is a pure range here and we have no idea where prices are going. To take a short here, I would like to see a lower high because prices made a new high here at all. Like these highs were not made during the overnight or morning hours. So when price is making a new high, to take a short back inside the range, I prefer to wait for lower highs. So yeah, nothing to take here. Can make some channel maybe here. Does this fit? Not yet. Maybe it's a spike in channel, something like this. So you have to see a bit more price action to predict this. Zooming in a bit, and you can see prices push strongly above the EMA and there's no pullback yet. So whenever this happens, you can see something has changed. Momentum has picked up big time, but unfortunately there's no pullback back to the EMA, because whenever this happens, we like to see second entries right of the key entry points, and key entry points are the EMA and the trend channel support, for example. But you can see prices are so strong that there's not even a pullback. We are breaking the structure here now, making a new high and pulling back. Let's see what happens. There is another strong push higher here, and prices go sideways now. Maybe there's also like some smaller range that coming up here, and we had a breakout out of this range, and most breakouts fail. You should know this already if you follow my videos. But there's no setup bar here. We would like to see a very strong bullish setup bar to take a long back inside the range here, and this is simply not happening. So whenever this is not sure enough, we are skipping this. Prices testing now the breakout area to the top side of this smaller range that came up here. Also this shorter term channel here broke and made a new high. So right now the bias is really not clear, and yeah, whenever it's not clear, we're skipping this. And prices push strongly higher here, so maybe there's a bigger structure in play after all, because usually you see after a shorter term channel is broken and prices make a test of the highs, then prices are reversing, and if they're still pushing higher, then it's time to look for a bigger structure, because many times these smaller structures, what I draw here, they progress into bigger structures. So yeah, I found some bigger channel here now. To the low side, I like these touches here, but to the top side, I'm not very happy, because we see like a confirmation here, and now prices are approaching this resistance of this channel again. But you can see either we are overshooting here, or there's even a bigger structure in play like this. So hard to say right now. I will play it like this right now, because we had some confirmation here when prices touched this area before. Changing the color and see what prices are doing. Forming another range structure here. Maybe we can draw this even. Maybe I start like this, because we have some confirmation of the support here. Taking a short here, the same story as we had here. I would like to see a lower high, more confirmation that prices are pulling back, and taking like a short here after this strong push up. I think it's not very good. We like to see like a lower high, for example, that form here back inside the range and back to the EMA. the EMA acts as a magnet. So when prices are moving away from this, then you will see many times that prices snap back to the EMA and yeah, decide what to do if the EMA can be considered as further support, or if we are slicing through the EMA and changing momentum. Now this is interesting because we can see some support here of the EMA, but if we consider this here as an overshoot of the channel, then I'm always very careful in taking any more longs. The reason is, after overshoots, many times you see that prices are breaking the channel without retesting the highs. I was speaking with some of you guys today in Discord regarding this. After an overshoot, I'm not expecting always a retest of the highs of the channel. So we could break here. And this is congestive now. You can see 3 or more bars are stacked up. So I'm skipping this right now. And we could see this as a failure, but this is like stacked up big time now. So yeah, just skipping this and see what prices are doing. Maybe there's some bigger downtrend channel working lower here. Yeah, we have a potential break here and a retest of the lows of this channel structure. And we are testing the support and we're slicing through it. So we had the overshoot here and now breaking the channel. Maybe the channel is more like this. I will play it like this now with a break and a couple legs to a new low. Have to wait. This is congestion. Nothing is forming up here. Maybe it's also bigger like this. Can test this, but we also have a small, like a tiny break here and test of the lows. So nothing that I like so far. Some shorter term structure here. Nothing really setting up. Going lower. And do we find some support here of the old range? There's a higher low here, but this is below the EMA. Usually, if you consider this structure here as played out, we had a break and retest of the lows. So we get a higher low here. I would like to see prices finishing above the EMA and not under it. So if you consider taking this higher low here a long trade, then I would like to see prices finish above the EMA, or better would be a failure. But yeah, this is not setting up right now. Maybe there's another range here. Can check this. Finding some support here, so the range is confirmed to the low side. And we're going lower from here, strongly lower. Maybe there's some structure in play. Let's see. Break, retest of the lows. Congestion. More pushes to the low. So maybe the structure was a bit bigger like this. You see this many times that you start with some channels, then you're testing around, prices are breaking the channels, you're extending the channels because channels are progressing all the time. And yeah, either you're too late when it's broken and prices retested the lows already, or you find some bigger structure that is in play and prices are following the structure. So yeah, right now we must be patient, waiting for our setups. This is a shorter term channel working higher here. Congestion, nothing to consider. I'm drawing this like mini ranges for you because I spoke with a few traders and they told me they have problems in seeing congestion and they're taking trades inside congestion. And yeah, The best thing you can do when you have problems with trades in congestion is simply draw the mini ranges whenever you see like 3 or 4 or 5 bars stacked up like this, and then you train your eye to recognize like mini ranges or congestion. So price is trending around here, still inside the range. No setup. We have a breakout here, but no setup bar. We have a breakout to the low side, but no setup bar. And now this could be interesting because you can see this channel structure here had a break and new low. Now we are at this range and we are looking for longs of range support and shorts of range resistance. And you have new high here, first entry, but this bar is not breaking lower, so technically it's not a second entry long, and it's also not a higher low. If you consider this low, we need a break lower here to consider a higher low trade or a second entry long, but the break is not happening, so it's up to you how you analyze this. For me, I like to be more flexible and go more to the visual side of trades. So for me, it looks like a second entry long or a higher low, and whenever something looks like this, you can trade it like this. But yeah, it's congestion here, hard decision. I would like to see a break lower and a finish a bit like lower, not so close to the EMA to consider a long trade here. So I skip this. Wouldn't have worked, because many times you take a trade right into the EMA and you see some resistance of this EMA and price is pulling back. So it's never good to take trades in the middle of a range. It's always good to take it at the like very low or the very high at failed breakouts. Okay, my keyboard just froze. I think, yes, it froze. 1 second, I will charge my keyboard. Okay, I'm back. Keyboard was empty. I have Wi-Fi. I have a Wi-Fi keyboard, so it's not connected to any cables. And when the battery is low, then it's like simply going off. So prices push high here above the EMA, and we can see this very strong push here. So I'm drawing this shorter term channel, and maybe there's even a spike and channel structure here. Starting with this, breaking the structure, making a new high, or maybe extending the channel even like this. That looks good to me. Another time a range, if you didn't see it. I'm drawing this for you because many traders ask me about this. Pushing higher, pushing strongly higher. So right now we have to see how we play this. Is this a potential overshoot or is the channel like this? The midline is pretty nice here, I must say. Pushing higher, no pullback to DMA. Going higher, and this is live price action already. And wow, we didn't have a single trade, but this is how it is. Sometimes you wait for the perfect setups and they're simply not showing up. You will find reasons not to take the trade, and this makes you strong if you stay strong. You see there's another range here. So yeah, zooming out here, you can see from the overnight prices stayed in this range here, then formed a bigger uptrend channel here. We had an overshoot of the structure, After that, the break, no retest of the highs yet. So we have some correction. This looks like 2 legs down. First leg, pull back, second leg, finding some support in this range here. And now forming a spike and channel structure and going high, potentially testing the last highs that were made. But no trades, crazy. We spoke about potential setups, but they were all not good. This breakout here, I was telling you to wait for a lower high, and it was good to wait because prices would let you in and stop you out. Then we're going high here, overshoot, nothing to consider. There was like this setup here on the left, but it was congestive, and after overshoot we can expecting breaks, and really nothing that I like. We're speaking out this here, potential long here, but it was not breaking lower, and if we follow our rules, we cannot take this trade. I would like to see it lower here. Then prices found support, spike and channel, and going higher from here. So yeah, I really would love to show you a trade, but it simply didn't happen. I'm curious if you saw any trades that I didn't. If you did, please write it in the comments, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, that's it for today. It was a short bar by bar. I wish you a great weekend, and yeah, speak to you next week. See you.